Please welcome John Chambers.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's an honor.
That was pretty impressive.
It's a pleasure. It is truly a pleasure and an honor to be here tonight and to be the recipient on behalf of all the Cisco family for this award. It's also important that none of the accomplishments we talk about in the Bay Area and in Silicon Valley should ever be considered entitlement. Because at the present time, make no mistake about it, the Bay Area is the innovation center of the world. However, in talking to my table tonight, said, John, challenge us. And I am going to challenge us. Because there is no entitlement. 40% of the companies in this room, as this digital era occurs, which has the potential to do what the internet did, where the US grew about 22.5 million jobs in 8 years, real GDP growth at 36%, average over 4% a year. Average median American household had a 22% increase in their earnings. This digital era will be 3 to 5 times as powerful as the internet era. But it will move with much greater speed and much better leverage and opportunity. Companies who do not change, regardless if we're in healthcare or high tech, retail or finance, will get left behind. And when we first started seeing this 3 years ago, people said, not going to be the case. All you have to do is ask GM and Ford how they've realized if they don't change, they have to change dramatically, and they are. The second change, the Bay Area, Silicon Valley, heart of innovation in the world. The only challenge is I've seen this movie before. Boston 128. Brilliance. 1,000 high-tech companies. We were the center of the world and we knew it. We misexecuted, and it was a combination of everything from our universities to our venture capitalists to the companies, thinking entitlement. Do you know how many major tech companies are in Boston today? 2. My company, Wang Laboratories, went from 32,000 people to 0. So to think that if we don't change as a valley, to think that we are entitled or we can think linearly on our future, it won't work. That'd be my second challenge to the group. The third is, for the first time, this country is not leading in the major technology transitions on the world. President Clinton, even though I'm from the other party, a moderate Republican, which is an endangered species, he got it, and he was a champion for the world. We are the only major country in the world that does not have a digitization plan for our country. Countries like India with Modi, a brilliant man, one of the top 3 leaders I've ever met in my life, and I've met all of them, talks about a digital India, inclusion, creation of 1 million jobs a month, GDP growth of not 4 or 5 or 6% and being happy with it, but 7 to 10%, and bringing 1.3 billion people with him. In France, which most of us would consider the last place you wanted to relocate a business, a great place to visit and do tourism, a socialistic government has become the startup nation of Europe for 6 months in a row, where they said, what can government and business do together? But to do it in inclusion for all 66 million people in France, to create 1 million jobs incrementally over 3 years with the business community, to change their tax policy, their education system with tremendous speed, and to partner with an American high-tech company that was unthinkable in many people's minds. But perhaps the biggest challenge we face isn't the 3 I just outlined, because I think we will navigate through that. The challenge we face is we all know our education system is broken. But the pace of change as we move from an agricultural to an industry base, and then the internet pace of change that occurred over 2 decades, allowed us to retrain our workforce and to retrain our young people. This digital opportunity with tremendous leverage will wait for no one. Our peers around the world know this. They're already retraining their workforce. They're changing their education system and their equivalent of K through 12. They're teaching technology in the future. If we do not move unbelievably rapidly as a region and as a country, we will not lead in this next digital revolution, and we will get left behind. And the digital divide, which we have a chance to really be inclusive, Modi's dream of 1.3 billion people, so I think all of us have to realize we can do it with over 300 million. We will leave behind and have a much wider digital divide. So it is taking the principles of the Bay Area Council and looking at what is really possible for our future, to dream, but then to have the sense of urgency. To do it with a combination of government, citizens, business leaders together, where it's not about inclusiveness of a small group, but inclusiveness of our entire region. So on behalf of all of Cisco, current and past leaders, I want to accept this award. It has been a tremendous honor. Thank you very much.